second it, so.
So I make a motion to amend the agenda and add purchase of fireworks for 4th of July. And I think Marcia has the amount,
$20,750.
Yeah.
up $700 and something from last year.
It's about 1,000 a minute.
We need to amend the agenda to move that well
Yes.
burning money, right?
So let's do this first one. Okay, I made a motion.
Do we have a second?
I'll second.
All right. Any discussion? Marcia, will you call the roll?
Atkins.
Yes.
Barton.
Yes.
Creekmore.
Yes.
Davenport.
Yes.
And Mitten.
Yes.
Thank you. Motion carried.
I make a motion that we amend the agenda to move up the police officers to the top of the new business and where it's at.
I second the motion.
Any discussion? Marcia, will you call the roll?
Atkins.
Yes.
Barton.
Yes.
Creekmore.
Yes.
Davenport.
Yes.
And Mitten.
Yes.
Thank you. Motion carried.
Do we have a motion to approve the agenda as
Make-
amended?
I make a motion to approve the agenda as amended.
A second.
Any discussion? Marcia, will you call the roll?
Atkins.
Yes.
Barton.
Yes.
Creekmore.
Yes.
Davenport.
Yes.
And Mitten.
Yes.
Thank you. Motion carried.
Our next item is approval of the minutes from our previous meeting, or any corrections.
I'll make the motion to approve the minutes from the previous meeting.
I'll second.
Any discussion? Marcia, will you call the roll?
Atkins.
Yes.
Barton.
Yes.
Creekmore.
Yes.
Davenport.
Yes.
Mitten.
Yes.
Thank you. Motion carried.
The next item is comments from citizens regarding any items on the agenda. If none, we will move on. Communications from the mayor. I did get an update from the hospital. I talked to Tim Reeves today. He said that the state had approved them for the REH, but the Medicaid and Medicare services had denied it. But they did have another alternative and a few loopholes that they could transfer into that should get approval for the REH. And he also did say that, with that being said, it would take about probably 2 to 3 weeks before they would find out if they was going to become an REH. If they are not granted the REH, they will be granted a CAH, which is the Critical Access Hospital. So either way, we are going to get a hospital. It's just time, it just takes time when you're dealing with Medicare. They don't get in any hurry, and that's typical with Medicare. So I just wanted to give the public an update on what was going on with the hospital. Any reports from the committees or any council members?
Yes, 4th of July is going to be Thursday, Friday, Saturday, the festival downtown. Anybody can set up on Thursday, it'll still be the same price as the 2-day. That was a question I was asked today. But, and we're still working on the entertainment.
And due to the fact that we have a lot of people that will book a spot but never pay, everything is gonna be prepaid this year. If you reserve a spot, it must be prepaid in order for you to reserve that spot. There will be no refunds, given back if you don't show up. The city will just keep that money, and, because we have so many people that just does not show up, they'll just reserve that spot, and then someone else could have used it, and we're thinking, well, they're showing up, and they don't, so.
And also, all the food vendors needs to get with Heather at the health department and get their permits to serve food.
Yes, and if you do not have a health permit, you will not be allowed to set up and sell anything with food pertaining to hot food.
Well, from the fire department, on a positive note, we got a new fire truck earlier, if you were here earlier, it's parked out front through grant money and stuff, so it's a blessing to our town, so there'll be a posting some, I'm sure some pictures of it, we took some, but it's tucked away in the bay over there now, so I'm thankful that we got that, so.
Yes, very thankful. That's been a long time coming. That's been roughly about, what, 4 years, 3 years, roughly?
Probably around 2018, 2019.
Yeah. So we are very thankful to get that, and that was all purchased with grant money.
I've got we're needing a pole saw on the street department. We got some low hanging limbs out on High School Lane there.
Yeah,
High School
Hill Street.
Hill Street.
Everywhere.
It's scratching the buses, and they're asking us if we can do something, but we don't have a pole saw to do it.
We do have a pole saw,
Just not
but
long enough?
it's not, no, it's not working. The last time that Red took it out to try to cut some limbs out on Kentucky Street, it wouldn't start, and it wouldn't even hit.
We probably would be better off to get a battery operated one.
We're
I
gonna
mean,
go
I don't have any
tomorrow
quotes or anything, I just bringing it up, but that's something that we need to look into.
Okay.
we're gonna go tomorrow and look at some
Okay.
WD brands.
Okay.
All right, any other reports? All right, if not, we'll move on to claims against the city. That's our monthly bills.
I make a motion, we pay the bills.
I'll second.
Any discussion? Marshall, will you call the roll?
Atkins,
Yes.
Barton,
Yes.
Creekmore,
Yes.
Davenport,
Yes.
Benton.
Yes.
Thank you, motion carried.
Our next item is approval of payroll.
I'll make a motion to pay payroll.
I'll second the motion.
Any discussion? Marshall, will you call the roll?
Atkins,
Yes.
Barton,
Yes.
Creekmore,
Yes.
Davenport,
Yes.
Benton.
Yes.
Thank you, motion carried.
All right, there's no old business, so we'll move on to our new business. Our first item will be approval to hire J.B. Coffey for police department full-time.
I make a motion, we hire J.B. Coffey full-time for the police department.
I'll second.
Any discussion? Marshall, will you call the roll?
Atkins,
Yes.
Barton,
Yes.
Creekmore,
Yes.
Davenport,
Yes.
and Benton.
Yes.
Thank you, motion carried.
Our next item is approval to hire Shane Wilburn for police department full-time.
I make a motion, we hire Shane Wilburn full-time for the police department.
I'll see.
Any discussion? Marshall, will you call the roll?
Atkins,
Yes.
Barton,
Yes.
Creekmore,
Yes.
Davenport,
Yes.
Benton.
Yes.
Thank you, motion carried.
All right, our next item is ordinance 0515-2025 for budget amendment. We were scheduled to do a committee meeting with the finance department, but we did not get to do that on the 14th, so we will be able to have a budget workshop meeting on May the 20th at 5 p.m. And it is open to the public. It's an ordinance of the city of Jellico amending the operating budget for the fiscal year 2024-2025.
So this can be changed
In
as
between readings.
needed in between readings if there's something that we don't agree to or.
Yes.
Okay, I'll make a motion for ordinance number 05-15-2025.
I'll second.
Marshall, will you call the roll?
Atkins,
Yes.
Barton,
Yes.
Creekmore,
Yes.
Davenport,
Yes.
Benton.
Yes.
Thank you, motion carried.
Our next item is for ordinance number 05-15-2025A, amending Jellico zoning map. It's an ordinance amending the Jellico zoning map by rezoning parcel 033.00 on map 004P, Group A from R2 High Density Residential District to C-2 Highway Business District. Whereas the city, or the Jellico Board of Mayor and Aldermen, in accordance with section 13-7-204 of the Tennessee Code, may amend the zoning ordinance and the zoning map of Jellico, Tennessee. And this is only to amend the zoning area for this particular parcel, which is 033.00. And this is to, you've got a map on the back, and this is to put a car dealership in, a car lot. Chris Anderson would like to open up a car lot up there on the corner of this property.
Looks like any business.
Was this not previously commercial?
Actually, we could never find where it was actually ever commercial, but
It is
there was a
commercial now.
building there.
It's
This
commercial now.
says it's on the tax books, it's commercial.
It's
It is on the tax book as
Yeah.
commercial,
Mhm.
but in the zoning ordinance, it is not commercial. So that's why we have to change it. I don't know. I
But we
don't
don't have a zoning ordinance, I mean, per se, somebody that enforces the zoning, ordinance. It doesn't matter to me, I'm just saying that it's already, they're already paying taxes on it as commercial. So,
So if it's commercial on one, not on the other.
it should be
then that-
commercial on both, I mean,
I don't know, it was brought before the planning committee, and,
and I wonder why.
the way, it read on there, it was never, I mean, it's not a commercial property right now, even though they are paying commercial
Yeah.
taxes. It is not commercial property.
So is it commercial on the county, but on the zoning for the city, it's not?
It's not, yeah.
Hmm.
That's a little odd, but.
I have no idea, that's
Now,
far
with that
beyond,
being said,
and that was
we'll have to-
before my time.
We'll have to go back before planning commission or anything before, or we'll?
No, that's why
we
that's why this ordinance is coming up before you, so that it can go on and go forward, to go ahead, if you all agree to approve, to, change it back, just that particular lot, to, the, R2 High Density Residential District to a C2 Highway Business District.
I mean, years ago, you know it was commercial.
I know, because there was a place called the Hilltop there.
That's what I was saying, was I wonder when it went from commercial to residential.
I don't know.
Then that's when we go from residential back to commercial, it don't make,
We couldn't find anything in the books where it had actually been changed, so we don't really know what
I'll make a
happened along
motion,
the line.
I'll make a motion we approve ordinance number 05-15-2025.
I'll second.
Any discussion? Marshall, will you call the roll?
Atkins,
Yes.
Barton,
Yes.
Creekmore,
yes.
Davenport,
Yes.
Minton.
Yes.
Thank you, motion carried.
Our next item is an AED machine and a wall mount for the ballpark. In our last month's meeting, they came in and asked if we could provide them with an AED machine at the ballpark, and we can do that. I do have a couple of quotes here. We actually have an AED machine here that we can purchase a battery, and of course, you have to have the pads for it, you have to have adult pads, and you also have to have pediatric pads. It needed a new case, we need a box to hang it on the wall with, and a new battery. If we do it that way, it will cost us $574.97. If we purchase a new machine, one quote was $1,789.99. It does not come but with the adult pads. The other one was $2,215.74, and it only comes with the adult pads. My recommendation would be to purchase the supplies to fix the AED machine that we already have, which was $574.97.
So will the city still have one?
Yes, that was an extra one we had.
Okay, okay.
Yeah,
And during the times that there's no activity going on down there, it'll be taken out and
yes,
put somewhere it's out of the flood water.
yes, it needs to be brought back to City Hall and left.
Who will be responsible for that?
I'm assuming Bethany will take care of all of that. She's pretty good about doing things like that.
I'll make the motion, we get the partial repair of the existing one we already have, the AED machine.
I'll second the motion.
Any discussion? Marshall, will you call the roll?
Atkins,
Yes.
Barton,
Yes.
Creekmore,
Yes.
Davenport,
Yes.
Minton.
Yes.
Thank you, motion carried.
Our next item is approval to renew the employee's health insurance. You have a copy of that. If you'll look on the first line under the UHC current plan, that's what we have now. And the city pays out $671.89 monthly. The second one is the one that I would recommend that we go with. It is the same as the plan that we have currently. Only thing is, the premiums will go up for the city to $732.40. And that's the increase,
Well, for the overall, it'll be 900.
yeah, overall, it's $900 for everyone a month. So my
So
recommendation would
it's
be
the
to,
same,
yes.
the same as they have now.
It's the
That's what it looks like. on this.
DZJ7. Yeah, it is the exact same thing.
I make a motion to renew the employee's health insurance at a higher rate. Same thing.
I'll say,
Any discussion?
What did you say the monthly premium would be?
Well, overall, the 742, the
732.
732.40 is what it is actually at, but the overall, for everybody included, for the overall monthly rate that'll come in on the bill, it will increase to $900 monthly.
Marshall, will you call the roll?
Atkins,
Yes.
Barton,
Yes.
Creekmore,
Yes.
Davenport,
Yes.
and Newman.
Yes.
Thank you. And with that being said, there wouldn't be any additional cost to the employee.
It won't go up for them.
The city would be absorbing that.
Our next item is, purchase of fireworks of $20,750.
Before we discuss, we do have the money in tourism for the fireworks, right?
It was supposed.
I thought we were supposed to take it
voted-
out the general fund, yes.
No,
What was it?
Let's,
the,
let me
I'll make a
just say
motion
this.
that we,
Let's make a motion to go ahead and
I'll
whatever.
make the motion to.
To purchase.
Purchase of the fireworks.
All right, can we get a second and then we can
I'll
discuss?
second.
All right, now we can discuss.
Now, we voted to increase the sales tax on food in these restaurants. And all they
That
did was
hasn't
go.
went through,
It
right?
will not go through until January. Our paperwork did not get to them in time for them to approve it, and they said it will not be brought back up until January.
No fireworks.
So as our budget sits right now, there's probably not enough money in tourism to purchase fireworks.
But after you do your amendment, after you have your budget meeting Tuesday.
Well, with that
then-
being said, there's not a salary coming out of tourism now.
Right.
That money's gotta be somewhere.
Well, that's why we're gonna have a workshop
Workshop
on
Tuesday,
Tuesday,
probably.
and Dennis is, will sit down with
Can
us
we,
and
can we
explain.
table it until after the workshop? Because we
Yeah.
don't, I mean,
Will that give enough time to schedule that with Pyro?
Yeah, and you could even make a motion to maybe do a certain amount or pay a certain, something down on it to secure some. If you know, if you had to back off
In
some
the
of it,
past,
maybe.
did we not pay half out of one budget and half out of the next year?
Well, that could be discussed Tuesday, and
Would we have to, although we could approve it tonight, we don't have to specify where the money's coming from, right? In the motion, so
Just hope we got it.
just, just pray real hard that it's there. And could we do that, or would you prefer to just wait?
It's your guys' decision.
We got a motion and a second right now, but we can withdraw the motion and table it if need
That's
be.
gonna give us some time.
Next meeting would be June 19th.
And
That give us
we'll have
2
to,
weeks.
we'll have to discuss that because our meeting, on June
That's
19th is
closed.
Juneteenth, and we will be closed that day. That's
So
the holiday.
we probably need to do something with fireworks now, my opinion. That's a lot of money up in smoke.
sell some hot dogs and wine.
or there's always the option of doing, after your meeting on Tuesday, if we have to have a special call meeting for a budget anyway.
We're gonna have
We're
to
gonna
have a
have to,
special
you're probably gonna
call
have to have a
meeting for
special
that.
call meeting at that point anyway, so if there's.
Okay, so we can add that in there and discussion of our June 19th meeting, in
Yes.
the call meeting.
Mhm.
Okay, so that'll work, yeah.
So if you want to withdraw your motion and table, you can do that.
Okay, I'll withdraw the motion.
Thought we was gonna vote.
You might come up with some money,
Okay.
$1,000 a minute.
I withdraw my second.
So we'll table it till our next meeting or our next call meeting.
Next call meeting.
I make a motion, we adjourn.
I'll second, yeah, Lord, second.
Marshall, we will.
Atkins,
Yes.
Barton,
Yes.
Creekmore,
Yes.
Davenport,
Sales tax on food?
Yes.
Minton,
Yes.
thank you.
Here's some more papers for y'all to sign.
We'll be